So God said to Noah, "This is the sign of the covenant I have established between me and all life on the earth." Okay, here I noticed a couple things. First thing is, it's kind of like a standing comedy, okay? I rather call it a standing comedy. In here, they use a couple words. Then, what God did. Then, after that, then so. So this is a kind of like a, think about it, where it happens, Ararat, right? Possible, very possible, Ararat, top of Ararat mountain. And after the big flood, a lot of dead, a lot of stinky, but there is still some tree or grass, or little red. So that kind of, and this is the background. And God firstly talked to, well, I'm not rain anymore, and you guys can eat everything, right? Then, kind of like bow down a little bit, talk to Noah and his son, right? Okay, yeah, I'm talking to you. You need to populate more, right? Talk to the animal. It has so kindly. You need to populate more, whatever. And so he point everything towards Noah. So it's kind of like a pyramid, opposite pyramid method. It's kind of from the big to middle, gradually, recursively going down, and towards Noah. Just, hey, you are the one. You are the guarantor. Okay, this is the sign of everything. The sign shows the covenant. Okay, between me and all the animals. So Noah is the one to carry this burden, to make. He's not he willing to do it, but he was appointed, and that's the structure. That's what I noticed. That's the whole sentence talking about the structure. Also, I noticed the word sign, couple more times. 2 times, at least 2 times. Sign it's not necessarily language, okay? But language is a sign. But sign is not necessarily language. It could be tree, could be some curve you don't know. But sign is a language. Rather call it semiotic. So you have a Davis what? Hexagon, or King Davis hexagon, right? Or you have something people call it, well, Excalibur, or you call something thunder. It means power. Red means fire. Something. These are all we all give these things, these signs, meaning behind it. So God, He give a rainbow the meaning of it's a covenant. It's a sign to remind him not flood anymore. So I believe before this flood, the human sign language or semiotic research it's already a systematic thing. So at this point, God added a sign to Noah. Just like in China, like Zhou dynasty, there's A signs, 八卦, A signs. That time it called the 周易, because it's actually the originally called 易经. The 易经 means the script of change. Everything is change. Everything momentarily change, and so the script talk about change. The very early time before the flood, it's called I think it's called Guizang. Then after flood, it's called Lianshan. Then after that is Zhou Yi. The basic sign within it just heaven, earth, mountain, fire, wind, water, ground, soil, those things, thunder, those things. So those are the nature phenomena, right? And but I think the most important thing is which is the reference point. Because people after big flood, what do they really try to? They use it to predict things, to ask a future. So they use sky or use stars as a reference to guiding their path. It's possible. Or they use a mountain, use trees as a reference point to guiding their direction or ask for good or bad, it's actually the whole thing reference to the very far beginning of Genesis, talking about God created stars to manage the ground. So stars, those zodiac, those different stars, they do have meaning, or they do generate interesting mystery effect on our daily life. Matter is, right now we thought they are mysterious, they are not scientific. No, I highly believe we are still live in barbarian age. We just pick some intuitive method. 1, 2, 3 starts from math, start from modern science. We pick this one. We not necessarily reject the intuitive method, but we still didn't find a good way to interpret that parts. So right now, I think our understanding of the universe is not complete. It's only half. When God appointed Noah as the one to carry the covenant to the generations plural, I noticed the whole world changed. Also, God's covenant only between the human and the animals with the flesh. So right here, firstly, we say the covenant only with the animal, with the flesh, right? So the covenant is not bonded with bacteria and the virus. Those things without flesh. So from I would say fallen angel or the earth, the abyss, the other two parties, they definitely, it's kind of God left a space for them to play. Or God just say, I will not use water, but you know what? I might use different things, but he's not saying. Actually, the logic is same logic. Chapter 2, chapter 3, same logic. The negation, the other part of logic. So that's I sensed right now when the doomsday comes. Yeah, we're not facing tsunami, we're not facing water, but you know what? What about fire? What about COVID? What about some plastic? Basically, I just realized the plastic made a human male's sperm number every year going down 2%, 2.5%. Actually, that's the John Hopkins fund. And right now, male sperm number only 50% of it. So they say they predict by 2050, probably there is no active sperm left. Yeah, so human will be extinct like a panda bear, I guess. One is the flesh, the covenant.
So the covenant has a hole or has vulnerability, right? Same thing, God's command, same thing, you shall not eat, you must die, you may not die, those things. It's kind of like you write a command, you write order, but the order has 0 day, has a vulnerability in there. Okay, that's how I noticed. Secondly, I sense when God told Noah, say, you will be the one carry this covenant generations. So how long Noah can live? Next another 300 years, right? Possible. So usually they marry when you're 100, you marry, you give a birth, then it's about that. So even ancient time, even that time, after Noah died, after 3 generations, carry 3 generations covenant, who gonna take over? One of his son, right? Because when God points, okay, Noah and his son talk about this, and the point to the Noah, it's basically pointed to Noah as a commissioner, and so after Noah died, before die, he gonna point someone, definitely one of his son, right? And thought about one son, named Bluffing, right? Another son is a local, hot. So another son is a perfect, but more like explore things. So all son has own unique character. One, nobody want to believe it. So do you think the covenant will carry over? Another son is a hot, local. So his explanation, a lot of emotional things, right? Also, when he said hot, warm, he will be like a more manipulated by others. So his explanation of the covenant still shaky, right? Another is for like to explore the land, to go further. So when he tried to hold the covenant, the translation, the political negotiation with the land territory, with another tribe, whatever, he might, because those things, the land development is not just brutal, you draw a line on the map. You involve a lot of marriage, a lot of forces, a lot of political things. So none of them can act like a Noah, blameless by both sides. It's basically you are kind of little dumb or little that way. You know, all of them have their character will not carry this covenant 100%. Also, when God said after that humans' age will not over 120 years old, so each generation only 20 years. Then think about it. Do you still remember what your father said, what your teacher said? Do you still remember 50 years ago, 80 years ago things? No. So human will not hold this covenant, not only because Noah's son's character is kind of like the fourth. Actually, because I sense that God tried to expedite our should I say, the complicate and the battle between the animal, us, and the ground. So I sense when God this time he tried to announce the covenant, right? Actually, he is setting a cage. I would rather say a cage, a metal cage, a metal wire cage. You kind of like play the UFC, Ultimate Fight Championship, those things. So we fighting to death between each other because the disagreement, because the explanation of the covenant, we fighting with animals to the death because we need a resource, we need a food, we need a survival. Animals, same thing, right? And we fighting death to the what? To the spiritual world, because spiritual world, the fallen angel, whatever, they found that this flaws, so they came, tried to take us, and we fight to the death with earth, with the abyss, because what? Because earth want to take us, but we want to say, oh, we want to follow God, and we want to survive. So we became a very pitiful creature, and in this kind of metal cage. We have to fight everything. We have to fight with everything, and we're still kind of looking to the heaven. So right now, I just feel really pity. Actually, God put us in this situation. It's a very pathetic situation. We still give thanks. Yeah, I'm a little angry. Yeah, I realized why God, He wants humans' life not exceed 120 years old. The reason, think about it, at the beginning, how old a human live? 900, right? And how long those kings they conquered, based on the Sumer's records. Those kings conquered what? 28,000 years, 32,000 years. So that long time, it's a very stable structure, and for those kings, right, they can just apply their will on the earth for what? For 28,000 years, because they managed 28,000 years. So they can apply their will for 28,000 years. If they want to fight, they can order their slaves or their soldiers for fight for so long. And because that time humans can live 900 years old. So they can populate the what? 100 years you can give a birth. 200 years old you can give birth. Even every 100 years you can give birth a lot, right? So they can have a lot of manpower. They can fight. They can apply their solo will. So at this point, I believe God doesn't want this solo willing power applied on the earth, because it doesn't make much change. It makes actually the abyss understand your pattern, learn from it. It's kind of like you're learning from each other. The ground actually learns from the heaven also. So after 300,000 years, 7 kings, nothing really changed, because ground learned enough about heaven, and heaven strategy didn't make much change. Only 7 kings, so only 7 generations, should I say 7 generations, because each one has own character, right? Unique way. Each king has his own way. So 7 kings, 7 ways. What about after Noah? After Noah, after human life to 120 years, and think about how many dynasty we have. 40, 50, 100, so many, right? And every king has own will, own characters, and the way they fight is so unique. So the complexity, that's back to the Genesis 1, I'm talking about the separation, the complexity. So God actually through expedited generation, made Noah as a covenant carrier, but actually, after that, Noah's son definitely will make an argument for the covenant made the animals against the human, and human against the land, and human fighting each other, human fighting for the spirit world, and fighting for the land. So God actually made the whole situation even more complicated. That's I realized why make 120 years old, why make a covenant. You set kind of like a company, the management, you set you kind of like make one person, hey, this is the one, will be the supervisor, will be above all or something. But actually, you know what? This person take all the heat from everybody, right? Even this person, he can doing well, right? What about the next person? Then eventually, they're gonna have 3 groups. One group believe, okay, his first son explanation is better. The second group think, okay, we loyalty to the second one. Third one said, no, we're gonna fighting death because we are right. See, the separation come from here. And every time when God, who bring up the separation? God bring up the separation. When you made one gathering points, actually, you point out there are more directions. So God made a separations, made a more complicity. Yeah. The sons of Noah who came out the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Ham was the father of Canaan. These were the 3 sons of Noah, and from them came the people who were scattered over the earth. Here, just like draw my attention is one scattered over the earth. That means kind of break into the pieces, right? Break into the pieces everywhere. So they're not united, which means they do not live kind of like a group, or they're not connected. They're just like dots everywhere. So human eventually not live in a tribe anymore. They spread everywhere. But this sentence, let me think about another thing is very important, because see, we always seeking eternity, or should I say live forever, right? I rather call it live forever. But there is one thing, where are those dead people's soul? Do they have a reincarnation, or where is the reincarnation? So at this moment, to think about it, on earth, they are like let's say after the great flood, right? 10 people, maybe 9 die, or 8 die, 5 die, whatever. The majority dead from the flood. If the size like God said, or like a historical, it's the majority dead. Only very small amount survived. So where are those people, their soul? So do they have soul? Yes, they do. Otherwise, it will be ridiculous. Like it starts from Noah, there is soul. Where are those souls go? Some definitely vanished in the water, right, during the flood. But some with strong memory, strong emotional things, well, they find place to kind of like go to the reincarnation, or get into another body, something, the pieces. No. Actually, at this moment, I realized no. Why? because at least God or Noah, they had a research regarding the soul's character, the soul principle. Why? Because after 40 days, after 150 days, they left the ark. So when they left the ark, this time, all the souls, I would say, all gone, became what? Became energy, pure energy, back to the nature. That's actually, it has a reference because Buddhism, they did a research. They say like 7 days, you still remember some, you still can. So the ceremony, 7 days, the first 7 days, they find they can set a candle, set lights, use the rice, whatever, to guide you home. And after 7 days, those soul, little soul called Badu, and those things, they will vanish. They will feel pain because the energy in the universe start to like cutting them to pieces, and they will start fading regularly. But some stronger ones still will survive, and gradually after 7 times 7, 49 days, they're gone. They just totally vanish. So is that possible? God actually ask Noah, or let Noah wait so many days, wait till the last breath on earth gone, then make sure all the soul back to the pure universe energy, then starts everything. But still, you can't change it. Well, soul is the product of the spirit, and the battle between the spirit and the abyss. That's the product. And this product carries 3 unique parts. One, our memory. Another part is from the abyss. Usually they say like you sense, you feel, you touch, you hear, those things are from the abyss, because we're made by this. Another thing is the spirit, because that's the spirit. So first part, spirit. Second part is our memory. But our memory actually affected by the good and the evil. Then, no, actually 4 parts. Our memory, good and evil, working within earth, our sense and the spirit, subconscious. So 4 parts. I think the soul made by those 4 parts things. Noah, a man of the soil, proceeded to plant a vineyard. When he drank some of its wine, he became drunk and lay under cover inside his tent. Ham, the father of Canaan, saw his father's nakedness and told his 2 brothers outside. But Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it across their shoulders. Then they walked in backwards and covered their father's nakedness. Their faces were turned the other way so that they would not see their father's nakedness. Yeah, in here we saw 3 sons, total reaction. And Noah. Why said Noah a man of soil? Actually, that time, I don't think they have specified the job. You have to be a farmer, you have to be a priest, you have to be a hunter, you have to be a blacksmith. I think in early human stage, you need to do a lot of job. But that time, Noah, I think at the very far beginning, to satisfy the food required, you have to be a farmer to get everything kind of planted. And since after flood, there are a lot of as the soil is good, so I think they populate well, because right here they start to grow grape, make wine. You need to satisfy your stomach. Then you think about what? Think about some kind of seasoning. Then after that you think about get a little drunk, right? So that's late stage. So right here talk about Ham, the father of a king, which means it's already many years, probably, let's say, at least 8 to 10 years after the flood. So they have Ham made 4 kids. So at least for 5-6 years after everything. So they have enough food stored. They have because to make wine you need a lot of land, and you need the amount. You need sunshine, good land for that. Looks like they start to everything back to the track, back to the normal track. So you have a food, you have a tent, you can lay down, you can get drunk, relax yourself. Noah right here is kind of like but they still don't have much manpower. Why? Because only Noah was doing this job, or maybe Noah and one son just take care. So the size of a vineyard will not be that big. It won't be that big. But they have a tent. Why they need a tent in the vineyard? Why? One is to prevent animal to eat those. Cleo, stop. To prevent animal to eat those grapes. Also, is that possible to prevent like thieves? It's possible, right? But it's a daytime, so Noah get a little relax. So he start to drink some wine, get a little drunk, relax. Yeah. But right here, like the reaction of Ham is very, very improper. The reason is like this. Firstly, it's normal to see father's nakedness, right? You accidentally see it. But in the ancient time, disrespect the parents is a big crime. It's a big crime, should I say crime. Probably like lead to death sentence, those things. So Ham is a little like because Ham as a character is kind of hot and warm or local. It's Spanish local. It's a little like a brain kind of sometimes short word. So when he saw father's nakedness, his first reaction, whoa, dad is naked, cool. Then what did he do? He just went to see his brother. Right here, it said that he tell his brothers, 2 of them, right? So is that possible, brothers together? Yes, it is possible, but I think it's possible both brothers not in the same place, because they still need a manpower to do a lot of things. So highly doubt the 2 will get together. So what he did is probably just went also, hey, dad is naked. What? Shane, dad is naked. Okay. What are you talking about? Yeah, dad get drunk in the main yard. Okay, stop. Don't talk. Okay, I know. Okay. Then he's run to his another brother, right? Yafes. Hey, Yafes, dad is butt naked. Yeah, he's in the tent sleep. It's cool, right? So 2 brothers get together. They start to figure out, okay, since dad is butt naked, right? He might get caught a cold, or he might get hurt or something like that. So 2 of the sons, they showed like a more decency. So they turn around, kind of walking backwards towards the tent. And it shouldn't take that much, because think about it. You backwards towards the tent, and you see father's feet, right? And you just start to take your clothes, put it over the body, so it's fine. But this like behavior, what they did showed back that time, human already have very, very well structured rule and behavior like guideline to deal with the parents, to deal with all kinds of things. It's kind of like a Confucius back that time. That time he started to think about Li. He started how people supposed to dress, how people supposed to shake hands, greeting each other, how supposed the king and his administrator kind of like dealing with each other, made a class. So that time they still keep the culture, keep the kind of
already existed, I think, civilization wisdom. So even they have nothing, but they still follow that structure. That's I can see in this sentence. But can Ham act differently? Yes, definitely. Ham can act differently. Firstly, he can just, well, firstly, he can just say nothing. Just, oh, they're naked. All right, just go sleep. I'm leaving, right? Do whatever things. Then second is, he can just take the clothes, cover his father, and tell nobody, right? That's another thing. Third, he can just do the same thing like Shem and Japheth did. Turn around, cover, then tell brothers. That's another way. So he chose the worst method. He just run outside, like tell the brother one and tell the brother two. So that's he chose the worst way. He showed that like there is no respect, no control, and at all. In the Asian time, this is really bad because not respect parents is a big crime, and no control. You can't be a leader. You can't be a good leader. Yeah. So that's him. He's like a inner character showed. He does have a little local right here. Yeah.